What's going on, guys? Talon back here, and today we're going to do a little discussion video actually about what is going to happen after Super Saiyan 4. But what? Wait, we still have half a month. Super Saiyan 4 is on for a long time. Yeah, well, time waits for no man or woman, and let's face it, it's already halfway through February. You know Dokkan's going to keep pushing through once Super Saiyan 4 is gone, especially with the huge power increase that we had with that showing of Super Saiyan 4s and the potentials of what other leaders they can bring out. Now, a lot of people at first, before Super Saiyan 4 came out, were hoping that we would get some huge, all godly. Remember when we got Gogeta, everyone key +3? Whoa, in the days. Oh, those days. Everyone ran Gogeta or someone who gave that key. That was all you ever saw. At least with the mono teams, yes, they all do the same thing, but we do see a little bit of variety at least. I can still find a Rose. I can find a Zamasu. I can find a Super Vegito. I can find a Buhan. Gotenks and Broly a little hard. Sometimes I can find Gotenks depending on the events that are out. And then obviously you find the Super Saiyan 4s. And when we have more of those types of leaders coming out, we're going to see a little bit more diversity, Obviously, unfortunately, the way that, I remember when Dokkan came out and it was like, only adding HP and attack or, lowering someone's attack or defense or something like that. But the way that the game goes now is increasing attack, HP, and defense, and then getting that key so you can get your supers off and everything. So, the big question everyone is going to be asking, though, once Super Saiyan 4 is done, what's next for us? Well, my guess is that the moment Super Saiyan 4 ends, which is on March 1st at 11:59 a.m., so basically 12 p.m. Japan time, March 1st, the banners are gone, the half act on all the Dokkan Fest stuff is gone, the Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta, and Goku events are gone, and don't worry, I've got more of those videos coming out, just obviously a lot more stuff I've had to cover before. The orb thing is going to go back down to only 3 times a day, or 3 times for that day. So agility, obviously Mondays and so on and so forth. Unless some other special thing comes out, we're not going to be seeing it on the weekends. And yeah, that's what it's going to be like. So we're going to be going back to, I guess, a sense of normalcy. Although for a month of having all this stuff, that's going to feel more normal to me, which I guess will be a little bit of a downside. I mean, yeah, the training turtle shells with Master Roshi's going to be gone and all that stuff. So the question is, well, what's going to happen? Obviously, I don't see Dokkan throwing some next big Dokkan Fest banner right after it ends. We're probably going to have a couple of those, all strength banners or all physical banners or all agility banners. So one of those two, one of those will be out for a little bit of time in between the next Dokkan Fest, essentially. It always happens like that. And, I would probably see some kind of double rates banner being in there. And we'll probably get a couple of events, story event like things coming back. Like for right now, we just got the Brawly Second Coming story event, where you could rebirth your Gohan, Goku, and Goten. So that is, I could easily see that coming in, maybe we'll finally get the Bojack one, because of the Gohan that I just showed in my video showing that off and everything. Or, we could see something like, the original Bardock event coming back or something like that. Or, one of the, something like that. Though I could see that coming, or who knows, maybe they'll give us a new one, by all means. I wouldn't see GT since, we have that pretty much this entire month. So I don't see GT coming back, obviously. But I could see us getting something like that, or, who knows, maybe they'll do something like with the Bulmas when they Dokkan awakened the Dragon Ball summon Bulmas and everything, and to do that little special event kind of thing. Something small like that, I could see it. But then, obviously, you've got to keep people's attention. Well, what do? You introduce the next super leader. Yes, the new super god leaders. That's what I'm calling them, at least. Super god leaders is the name I'm going to be going with. But the one question is, well, hang on. So Vegeta and Goku introduced, obviously, mono teams again for strength and agility, favoring the super guys. You can still throw a villains on there, aka throwing Omega on there or throwing Rose on there, because Rose supplies himself, and Omega is really nice to have on a strength team no matter what you're running, okay? But the big question is, what's going to be next? Now, I was talking with D-Free, and I was talking with a couple other people about this as well, and we got to thinking, so what's it going to be? Are we going to have, 2B heroes, 2B villains, and then they'll, I don't know, Junkin, which is basically rock, paper, scissors here in Japan for whoever the 5th one will be. But then we thought, okay, well, actually, this probably means what we're going to see is we will see 5 super cards, and we're going to see 5 villain cards. At least that's what we're speculating. We don't know, obviously, but that is what we are speculating / guessing right now, okay? So we're going to have 5 super cards that are basically like Goku and Vegeta. HP, attack, and defense up 120% for super cards in Key +3, and for the villain guys, or the extreme type cards, which are the villain cards, obviously, Key +1 after Dokkan Awakened, obviously. HP attack and defense up 50%. Well, if you do that, you gotta do it for the villains, right? So let's throw those villains in there. We can have, eventually later on, we'll probably get a Strength Extreme card that gives all extreme villain types HP attack and defense up 120%, +3 key. And then all super guys, HP attack and defense up 50%, and +1 key, so 2 leaders obviously is +2 key. You got to keep it fair, obviously. Now, they could not do this. We have no idea, but that's kind of what we were guessing at the point. And it does kind of make sense in that matter because, if you're trying to go back to those mono leads, I guess technically they could make all 5 types heroes, but then the villains are kind of getting shafted because there are some really good villain cards. But, at the same, so that means obviously you'd have to then throw the same type into the villains extreme one. So, and then obviously, they're going to be releasing more side cards and support cards. And so if they start to make more villain cards or extreme cards, essentially, then, yeah, it makes total sense to then do that. And a lot of people are speculating, oh, maybe the next card's going to be Super Android 17 from GT. We just got Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta. So what's to stop him from doing Super Android 17? Which I could probably see maybe being a extreme physical type or maybe even a tech type. Although some people are speculating maybe we'll get a God Goku Super God card. Because we have agility, we have strength, and we have physical and intel. So we're missing tech, and it would be a great opportunity to give those guys a Dokkan because they've been around for so long. Although I don't see the physical one getting a Dokkan, but it could happen. You never know. But again, he's like the weakest of those all. Pretty much everyone farms that physical one to then throw into your other ones, essentially. That's what you do for that one. But yeah, so I could easily see that happening. So, so personally, the moment that ends, I would personally like to see God Goku come out and get the tech one. Because we have Vegeta to take down Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but we don't have anyone to take down Vegeta. So I could see tech being the next one, considering also the fact that it was kind of the same thing. We had Super Vegito come out, and then we had Gotenks come after that. So Brawly was kind of thrown in the side. Now, obviously, Goku Super Saiyan 4 is not like Brawly being just kind of shoehorned into the banner as well. Goku is his own beast in his own right, no tomorrow. So that obviously doesn't factor into that. But, or, we could get a Tech Extreme guy who is going to be the Extreme Super God leader for Tech, and then, you can put hero cards on there, but they're obviously not going to do as well. So it really will, it really is an interesting thought, though, that if we do in the future, let's push ahead towards, I don't know, let's go about December time-ish, give or take, maybe February. Okay, let's do year 3. We're about to hit year 3 for Dokkan. We have now had all 10, yes, count them 10 Super God leaders come out. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, whoever the other 3 hero type cards are, and then all the extreme type cards. And then, who knows, maybe they'll throw something in between. So that is really cool to see. And who knows, maybe we even have an all here, kind of like a Vegito Blue and a Rose Super God lead. We could have someone who gives all super cards, HP attack and defense up, I don't know, 100 and, or maybe 100% or 90% or something like that. Because remember, Vegito Blue brought it down a little bit from 50. He went from 70 to 50. So maybe 100% in key +3 all super cards. And then some, Super God version of Rose does the same thing. So there's a lot of cool possibilities. And like I said before, I actually like that they're not just giving us one big Super God card and calling it good. Because then everyone's just going to go for that. And that's all you're going to see on there. And yes, technically you making your teams can be really cool. But at the same time, when you're picking your friends, you're kind of like, okay, do this. And actually, what I do want to start doing, actually, and let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see this. I want to start doing more videos where I take half and half. Like, I already have a video planned for doing a half Goku, half Vegeta. Now, obviously, they are really strong, and so it's probably going to clean house and do very good right now. But I do want to see down the line, though, when we get more of these leaders and everything, and assuming I pull them, that that'd be some really cool challenges in there. Especially think about this one. This would be really cool. If you're doing a really cool agility team, take Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as your leader or your friend, and then have whatever the extreme guy is, and that would be really cool to do as well. Kind of combine it, some villains and stuff, make sure the links work really well. Oh, that could be pretty fun right there. So it really is interesting to see what they could do with this, and who knows, maybe they'll add something completely new to some of these leader abilities down the road. Obviously, they're going to be sticking with the key, the HP attack and defense up, however much percent. That is a given. We're not going to be seeing anyone that says, down or something like that. Now, technically, we could get an extreme card that says key +3 to everybody, and then all, villains or all, so for example, all of extreme cards, HP, attack, and defense up, say 100%, but then you lower your enemies by like 100 or so, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I'm just throwing this out of the ballpark right now. Obviously, a lot more thinking has to go into it, but there are some possibilities for them to maybe change it up a bit like that. But don't get your hopes up that it's going to be something completely out of the ballpark and completely crazy or something like that. I don't personally see that happening. So that's just my thoughts, though. So anyway, let me know down below in the comments, guys, what you think we're getting after Super Saiyan 4, at least within this Dokkan Fest, because we're probably going to get some little, double rates banners and small things in there and all that. That's kind of normal. But what do you think we're going to get after Super Saiyan 4 for the next Dokkan Fest? Do you think we're going to have 5 of the Super guys and 5 of the Extreme guys? Or, do you think we're going to get some better evolutions of Vegeta Blue and Super Saiyan Rose? What are we going to get? Because right now we have the survival arc going. I could also see that becoming some really cool cards in there, as long as they don't shaft them like they did Hits. That'd be really cool. Hits, you need an awaken, my friend. You need an awaken. So yeah. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think. Let's hear all of our ideas. Let's see and speculate. What are we going to see into the future? Let's get this conversation going. Leave a like if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next one.